Yeah, good morning, y'all. Good morning. What's up with my Twitter? The hell is up with my Twitter? What is up with my Twitter? Fuck it, I'll do it from over here. Good morning to everybody that's coming into the chat. Shout out to everybody coming to rock out this early Sunday morning. Y'all know me. For me, it's not too early, but yeah, we here. We here. We here. Let me get this live out to the folks. Everybody, please, that's coming in, comment, like, share the video. I almost never say that, right? Shout out to all my mods holding me down. I always forget to say that shit. I've probably been doing lives for how many years at this point? I probably said that all of like less than 5 times. Yeah. All right. What's up, everybody? How's everybody feeling? Starting to get a little cold out here again, right? Happy Sunday, folks. I see some people in the chat. What we got going on here? Moonchild says, Grand Rising fam, likewise. Queen T is in the building. Shared alive. Queen T, are you a mod? Queen T's not a mod. Queen T is a mod, I'm pretty sure. If not, I got to take care of that. Shout out to Queen T in the building. I see new members in the building. Clifton Thomas, salute to you. Just started the P and Reed Dollars battle, and sure enough, Bing ARP going live. Oh, shout out to Reed and P though. What was that? The Trenches card, right? Shout out to Trenches. Shout out to Easy. Shout out to everybody doing their thing. Good morning, love. I appreciate you. Queen T says, yeah, she's a mod. All right, cool. For whatever reason, on the StreamYard chat, it don't show like that little mod sign next to it. If I was on the YouTube side of things, it would show me. So yeah, here I can't tell for whatever reason. I was like, I know Queen T is a damn mod, but all right. Keep letting everybody come in. What do I got in the title today? We got new RBE, we got Joe Budden, we got Norbes, we got Sorry It's True. So maybe we drift off into some other little talk here and there. I ain't rushing. Who got the ups on us? Strap across your shirt like nigga, buckle up. You can't miss. I send you on that hit, might die. You fuck it up. Real street, nigga, my money up. Wait, this bitch like, hey, what's up? I talk to them bodies late at night when I be rolling up. They know that's ESTG and 42 Doug. By the way, I saw 42 Doug is home. That's dope. Get back to his music. That's dope for him. Shout out to him. Good morning, left hand man. I see. I appreciate that, Queen. I've been chilling though. I've been here. I've been working. I've been staying real busy. I'm still in vacay mode when it comes to battle rap. But me being off the scene or being off of interviews or blogs or lives for a week or two, you know, in my real life, you best believe I'm running and gunning crazy. So everything's still moving around. Hell no, I don't. The lyrics I was just saying right there, that was ESTG and 42 Doug. ESTG shit, like his mixtapes, a lot of his playlists been heavy in my gym for like the last year, damn near. He's just got a lot of shit. He's got a lot of hits. You know what I'm saying? They know it's us. Gone with that bragging bitch. I chuck on brother 40. That's the caliber. Magazine holds 17. I got this from Medellin. I hope he ain't selling dreams. That's that Doug shit. And then the nigga G come back on. My wrist methamphetamine. You know this, that ice talk. That was my niggas, man. I'll be playing that shit to death in the fucking gym. Yeah, niggas know. Niggas is hip in the chat. I see y'all are hip in the chat. I'm glad there's a lot of people hip in the chat. That's one thing about G. I like the way that G comes on the tracks. Like the way he starts his verses, it's always some sinister shit. You know what I'm saying? Strap across your shirt like nigga buckle up, or I could go down the list, but I like the way he always kicks off his verses with some sinister shit. But yeah, that's what I've been playing recently. What else has been going on outside of the topics? I'll put y'all on to something real quick for everybody that's just hanging out. Cause like I said, I ain't in no rush. I caught the Dave Chappelle show like last week or the week before that, like a week and a half ago. Matter of fact, it was on Halloween. That's when I caught Dave Chappelle. It was on Halloween day. Um, Went up to the website. Shit, this could even take me into a little small subtopic. So let me tell you how I even got my tickets. So I'm scrolling down my Instagram. I don't follow a lot of people on Instagram purposefully because Instagram will fucking distract the shit out of you. It's just too much there. It's just too much content, too much videos. It's just a lot, man. So I purposefully don't follow a lot of people, not because I don't fuck with I fuck with a lot of people, but I was just like, I can't see too much going on because then I end up wasting 30 minutes and 45 minutes when I'm supposed to be over here doing this and doing that. It just kills me. So I keep my Instagram following low. But one thing that I do is everybody hears that popular word algorithm, this algorithm, that. And the way that Google and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and ads and all this type of stuff work is really amazing. How they put content in front of you that they believe that you're interested in. Quick subtopic. People think about like, or they ask the question like, this is like a subtopic within a subtopic within a subtopic. I'm gonna get back to Dave Chappelle. But people ask a lot like, how do some of these streaming companies make money? They might say like, oh, how does caffeine make money or whatever? There's a streaming company in Georgia. They reached out to the Rare Breed IG, got in touch with Ann at the time, and set up a meeting with them. Brought me in. We drove down there, sat up in the office, and they broke down, how they make money as well as they spoke on like caffeine. They even mentioned that they approached URL before URL was signed in with caffeine. I don't know how true that is or whatever. Maybe they were just trying to tell me that, who knows? Maybe they're just trying to entice us. But what they broke down was, these streaming platforms and these websites that they're not necessarily selling something, so to speak. Like let's say you go on to Twitch or whatever, and you're watching a show, you're watching a basketball show or some shit, like a cooking show, a battle rap show, and it don't cost you anything. It's free, right? You just get to go on the app or go on the site, click play, and you're watching your content. If you sign up on any of those sites, create a profile, when you put in the type of data that says, first name, last name, state that you live in, if you're male, female, all that type of shit. It's this tracking data that has become priceless in the world of the internet, right? So like, let's say I'm on Instagram and I'm logged in as my shit, ITSARP, and I'm always liking mansions. I'm always liking luxury cars. I'm always liking lavish vacations. I'm always liking basketball clips and highlights. I'm always liking boxing, right? Those begin to be the ads that end up on my wall when I scroll. These algorithms and put all this type of data together. Now they put that in front of you. It's like I don't want to say brute force marketing, but it's like the level of marketing that happens on social media that connects all the pieces of it, identifying who you are and what you like, and then putting the right things in front of you at the right times. It's amazing. That data becomes for sale. So if like I have a website and you sign up to my shit, and now I take that data and I have 50,000 people that signed up to my site. It gets to say ARP is in this age bracket and he likes these things, hip hop, and he lives in this area and whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got 50,000 of people like that. I can sell those profiles to other companies. That type of data becomes marketing data for them. So now I know these 50,000 people, I could look at them. I could say, show me everybody in the age range of 25 to 35. Show me everybody in the age range of 25 to 35 that lives in the tri-state New York area. Show me that same demographic that has, those stats and is a male. That group of people now, from that 50,000 people of data that I bought, let's say now it's reduced down to 10,000. Those 10,000 people, I'm going to put this ad in front of them for a concert that's happening in New Jersey next week. You know what I'm saying? That's going to fit that demographic of people. That data is worth money. It's worth a lot of money. So that's how it was presented to me, of how some of these companies make money. Because people ask, like, I don't even know how these companies make money. Like, I don't get it. Like, they're paying people. They're cutting budgets. They're paying partners. And when I consume the content, it don't cost me nothing. So how the fuck do they make money? That's how. They're selling your data and they're selling your information to other companies. I've heard some really wild numbers. I've heard like a data point or a person, $1 per person. I heard $5 per person. I heard a quarter per person. You know, but when you add that up, it could be extremely significant money. So when you're on some of these sites and some of these streaming services or some of these companies, and you see, like, I don't understand how they make money, because they're not selling me something. I'm getting the content for free. Oh no, to a degree, you're being sold. Well, I shouldn't even say to a degree. You are still being sold behind the scenes. You know how they say, like, our social security numbers was like a form of collateral once upon a time, while we got all stamps with a social security number. Similar concept. Similar concept. It's very, very smart marketing. It's where we are with the web right now. It's why if I go on my phone right now, I took a little quick vacation a couple weeks ago. And when I went onto the website to book the resort and everything like that, you know, that's how I knocked it out. I've been seeing that ad ever since. There's one thing about social media, it doesn't know that I actually purchased it and went. But when I'm on YouTube, like, that ad, that commercial keeps coming up. I always skip it, like, motherfuckers, you keep showing me this shit. I bought it. Leave me alone. Like, if you go to like a website off of Instagram, and whether you buy something or not, it's gonna keep showing you that, like, oh, we don't know if he bought it or not. Like, it'll keep promoting it to you. You know what I'm saying? Shit that I bought. I bought a fucking Stairmaster or a stepper recently. They keep showing me the fucking commercial every day on YouTube. I'm like, I already bought it. That they don't know that. So that's how these companies are making money, you know. And now that little subtopic, little gem for people, you know, we always over here building together. Now I could go back into the Chappelle shit. So I'm scrolling my Instagram. Like, motherfucker goes in to try to teach us about how these companies make their money. And he was really just telling us about Chappelle, but we build this. So I answer that question for a lot of y'all, hopefully. People that has been curious for years, when you see like a Twitch or a caffeine or whatever, and y'all don't understand that. That's how. But or one of the ways how, from what a lot of people tell me or have taught me. So I'm scrolling my gram, and a lot of comedy shows get promoted to me, because the power of proximity exists not just in people, but it exists on social media. Like the things that are interesting to you, because that's what social media will present back to you for the shit that we just explained. So I like a lot of comedy shows. I like a lot of concerts and shit like that, so that shit could just be on my feed, my wall, because I miss a lot of shit. So I'm not like I'm going up to Ticketmaster every week and saying, "Oh, what shows y'all got coming up?" Nah, I just want my shit like just put in front of me conveniently. So I'm scrolling IG, and I see Chappelle's on tour. I'm like, "Oh shit, Chappelle, that's the GOAT. Chappelle is the GOAT. I need these tickets." You know what I'm saying? As soon as he land anywhere close to a city that I'm at, I need that. You know what I'm saying? So I immediately you know, going to the ad from IG, buy the 2 highest price tickets that they still have left, which turned out to be like, for all I know, I was a week late, 2 weeks late buying those tickets. I don't know, but it's got the stage in the middle of the arena, and I was in like the 3rd row back on the floor. So it's like a big stadium that he performed in. So it's like the seats all the way up and all that type of shit. But I was able to get like the 3rd row on the floor. So it's just like right there. You know what I'm saying? So beautiful fucking seats. Grab 2 of them real quick. And I didn't even know that it was a Netflix show. I didn't even know that. All I saw was an ad for Chappelle, bought 2 tickets. I'm in there. So I get there. On the floor of the arena, it's got its own separate like lounge as well. Like, you have to be on the floor to have access to that. And it's behind, like, in this lounge area. It's a big lounge area too. It's got like multiple chefs, it's got multiple bars and everything like that. So it's like a cool little hangout. So then we start hearing the DJ turning up. And I'm like, okay, show's about to kick off. Let's go out, get in my seats. Some guy comes out on stage, never heard him before, never seen him before. Does like a 15-minute set, kills it, kills it. So I'm like, all right, cool. He definitely just warmed up the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my money's worth already because it's the GOAT, it's Chappelle. I don't need a million other rappers to come out if I got a ticket to see Jay. Like, that's how I feel about Chappelle. He's the GOAT. So, opening act gets off stage. After that, I hear the crowd going crazy. So I'm like, what the fuck? This got to be Chappelle right here. I look up at the jumbotron, look up at the screen. It doesn't look like Chappelle. I'm like, who the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You see the light coming through the crowd, somebody walking, whoever it is, crowd is just going crazy. Who the fuck jumps his ass up on stage? T.I. So I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. T.I. fucking does stand-up comedy now. And all the clips that I've seen and whatnot was like him not doing good and people have got on his ass in the past. At least the stuff that I've seen before. I gotta give it to him. I'm gonna admit. T.I. did like a 12 to 15-minute set. He did his thing. See, he felt, I'm not gonna say natural. I ain't gonna go that far. But T.I. did a real good show up there, like, or a good set. Definitely was entertaining, had us laughing. He's already got the whole crowd on his side because he's T.I. He's already famous. You know, he's walking out to one of his old songs before I even knew it was him. I just hear T.I. playing. I was like, oh, come out to, he gets on stage with a little joke and shit, like, oh, y'all thought I was gonna come up here and rap, didn't y'all? You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm definitely getting my fucking money's worth. Dope. Good opening act. I got to see T.I., you know, do stand-up comedy live. That was cool. Dope. Crowd starts going crazy again. Watch the light walk to the stage. I'm like, all right, who y'all got for me? This got to be Dave. But then again, if it would have been Dave, the DJ would have announced it. Like, so he didn't announce it. Who y'all got for me? Donnell Rollins, aka Ashley Larry. Woo! Once again, money's worth. Donnell Rollins probably did like a 25-minute set. He went off. He went off. He had this whole segment towards the end of his set where he was he was talking to like a white person in front of the crowd, a white guy in front of the stage, and he's asking him like, "Oh, so what you making for Thanksgiving?" You know the whole stereotype of like black and white people cook different or whatever. So he's asking like, "What you cooking for Thanksgiving or whatever?" And he has a DJ play like the little a little clip of you know, the girl that was in church or whatever, shit that went viral, beans, green, lean, tomato, man, that shit, right? So he plays like a 3 seconds clip of that shit. And he turns to the white guy. He's like, you know what that is? He's like, you know, you have no clue what the fuck that is, right? And then he does a whole fucking freestyle off of it, but he continues to spin it towards foods that he's saying white people would cook. And he's like taking a seasoning out everything. He's the DJ's cutting the beat in with him and everything. It's fucking hilarious. So this nigga Donnell Rollins goes crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm like, all right, these expensive ass floor seats. I've been got my money's worth. And like I said, it's really just for Dave anyway. He gets off stage. Now the crowd fucking cracks all the way. Bigger than the T.I. reaction, bigger than the Donnell Rollins reaction. The crowd cracks. The whole arena shakes. And I'm just like, okay, this gotta be Dave now. Who the fuck walks his ass up on stage? Kevin Hart. So I'm like, okay, this is dope. You know, Kevin Hart showing love to the, because Kevin Hart himself says that. He says, Dave Chappelle is the GOAT. He says he's sat front row in front of Dave and took notes and all that type of stuff. Like, even the Kevin Harts of the world, who is a machine, who is a mogul, who I think on paper and numbers wise is the biggest comedian of all time, he gives it to Dave Chappelle. Like, nah, he's got it. Like, he knows. So in my mind, I'm like, this nigga Kev must be here to introduce Dave, which is dope. You know, you paying homage to this GOAT. No, Kevin Hart goes into a whole solo set. None of this shit is on a bill. None of this shit is on a ticket, the website, nothing. None of these people. It just says Dave Chappelle. And here I am getting a fucking Kevin Hart show mixed up in my money. I'm just like, yo, y'all really killing it right now. Y'all are killing it right now. So Kevin Hart goes crazy. I'll let y'all in on a little piece of like one of the joints that he did. He did a whole setup about going through a safari. You know Kevin Hart with his fucking stories when it comes to animals, right? Like he did the one on I'm a grown little man or whatever. His first stand up. By the way, I think that's his best one. Where he did what was it, the ostrich or whatever? His body was facing this way, but his head was that shit where he was getting when they was getting chased by the ostrich or whatever in the car and shit after throwing a rock at it. You know what I'm saying? So this one, he does a skit about gorillas. You know what I'm saying? So he's like he got taken through a safari and the instructors or whatever, the coordinators is telling them, what to do when the gorillas come out, but they're doing it all calm. And the whole time, this nigga Kevin's just like, where's like the glass, like in a zoo, like where's the separation of where you think the gorillas are versus where we at? And he's like, nah, it's just them in the middle of the fucking jungle. So he said the gorillas start coming out and shit. And the way that he was reacting to them, yo, I'm not gonna spoil it. But the shit was fucking hilarious. It's making me fucking laugh now thinking about it. But yeah, Kevin Hart does like a good 25-minute set. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets his ass off on stage, and then now the jumbotrons light up, and it says the end Netflix logo and all that type of shit. Like I said, I didn't even know it was a Netflix joint. And they've been doing a real good job keeping that shit under wraps. It's one of them shows where they lock up your cell phone, so you're coming in to the joint and they got like this magnetic lock type of pouch. You put your phone in there. Even if you got a watch that can take pictures and video, they make you put that type of watch in there. It locks and then you carry it with you. So nobody is in there doing no videos, no pictures. You're not showing off your favorite, your new outfit, your hair, got your hair, none of that. Nobody, no cameras nowhere. Before, after, they opening it for you as you exit the doors, leaving after the show is over. And I went to a show that did that before, but that's how it goes. And he said that this is a new Netflix shit, and I believe he said on stage it's dropping on New Year's Eve. So that's dope. That's dope. And Dave went crazy too. Dave is Dave. He continues to be able to say the same shit or say the shit that nobody else could say. You thought he was gonna leave the transgenders alone. He did not. Yeah, I guess that's like a thing for life between the transgender community and Dave Chappelle. I'm gonna leave that alone. I know sometimes people get sensitive over that. Y'all turn around and be like, yo, ARP was talking about Kevin Hart. Dave Chappelle stand up, cancel him. I'm gonna leave the rest of it alone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've been good, man. I've been chilling. I've been having a good time. I've been moving around a bit. I still got some more. Here we go again with this shit. This shit is so sensitive. Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me. This joint is so sensitive. I think it's back on. This joint is so sensitive. I always touch this shit on accident. I think y'all can hear me again. I think I'm good. Let me know in the chat if my audio is good again. Epps is not funny to me. Movies, yes. Stand up, nah. Mike Epps is not one of the top guys when it comes to stand up. I do agree. Cat Williams got a new joint out that I started to watch. I saw something on YouTube. Cat Williams he's got some classics, but he's not in his prime anymore, I'd say. Caution, stick around. I'm gonna let you see something. I'm gonna show y'all a trailer. So caution, stick around. You're gonna get a chance to see what something looks like. But other than that, shout out to caution. Yeah, everybody's saying you're good, cool. But yeah, got some more vacations coming up. I'm moving around, man. I'm doing my thing, having fun. So once again, if y'all don't see me for a week or two on live, it don't mean nothing crazy. That's all. All right, let's get into the title, y'all. New RBE. I'm going to play a trailer for you. If you are on this live, this is a first look for you. You will see a trailer. Shout out to Ruin Your Day. This shit was done in like an hour. This trailer seems like because some shit just went down recently, and just that fast, boom, the work. And I'm also gonna have this trailer go public on the channel after this live. So anybody that's missed it is gonna drop separately for y'all. We got y'all. But we would like to announce the return of the Straight to It series. For those that don't remember the Straight to It series, it's probably the series that everybody thought that RBE fell off and had some financial problems. It was that series. So for those that don't remember, in 2021, we kicked off Max Out. We did Max Out Part 1 and Part 2 back to back. So numbers wise, impact wise, main event wise, booking wise, card wise, Believe Music Hall wise, scale wise, viral nature wise, and all that type of shit. With Max Out 1 and Max Out 2 happening in 2021, it sets expectations. People just say like, oh, that's what RB is on. Y'all are just on y'all Titan shit. And then we got to 2022, and just about the whole year, damn near, we did a series called Straight to It. For anybody that forgets, the Straight to It events was the ones where they wasn't for sale, they wasn't promoted. Maybe like a week before they happened, a flyer went out, no address on the flyer, no pay-per-view, no VOD. We did one that had like 14 battles. We did another one that had like 17 battles. That's what we were saying, like, yo, they did 17 battles and they got out of there, and it was like 7:30 p.m. or some 8 p.m. or some shit like that. Like, how did they do it? I still scratch my head to this day about that. Like, we ran that shit so smooth. But the type of battles that came out of the Straight to It series is battles like Ill Will versus Rosenberg Raw, Ill Will versus Reed Dollars, Big K versus Reed Dollars, Jay Mills versus Jay Murder, Big K versus Jay Mills, 40 Cal versus Big K. There was a lot. The return of Money Bags, Show Off versus Active, QB versus A Ward. A lot of dope battles came out of the Straight to It series, and there were so many of them on a card. That's why those events felt like an event, because you had 17 battles. That's 34 battlers. You got their entourages. You got RBE. You got a couple special invites. You got a couple people that pulled up. That's when y'all see footage of like Surf pulling up. You know, Surf and Jack Boy and Twerk and all those guys pulling up. That's because, you know, word got out a little bit like, yo, blah blah, Straight to It, but it's a bunch of battle. Everybody was in the same place. Boom boom. People pull up, hanging out, whatever. So they felt like a small room event because of how many people still were there. We are now bringing back the Straight to It series, and it'll be the same concept of, you're not gonna know nothing. You're just gonna get blindsided by the shit. There's not gonna be any flyers. There's not gonna be any pre-promotion. You're not gonna know about There's not gonna be a pay-per-view. There's not gonna be a VOD. There's not gonna be tickets. Nothing is going to be for sale. You won't be able to buy it. You know what I'm saying? So the only difference though is we're not formulating it like an event. So there's not going to be a Straight to It with 15 matchups on it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these will be in the form of one-offs, right? But the one-offs, we want to come rapid. We want them to be dropping so fast that, think about it like this. We did Max Out 3 for our last pay-per-view event, live pay-per-view event, right? 11 battles. We're still dropping Max Out 3 battles. That shit was like September something, right? Here we are, November 12th. Because it's 11 weeks. We're dropping a battle per week. Every 7 days, you guys have gotten a new release. We just dropped J Slash versus Riggs last Friday. Dope battle. Or Friday that just passed. Right? So 11 weeks, right? So when you think about the content coming to YouTube, I know sometimes I'll be getting text messages from other league owners like, yo, you just dropped some gems. People be learning from me, and that's cool. We share knowledge. It's all good. But the nature of how we're doing these Straight to It battles now, the release to YouTube will feel like it came out of a full scale event, because I want them to be that rapid. I want them to be that frequent. So the flexibility of being able to spin back around and knock off a matchup like, let's say, an Arsenal versus Jag, which was ironically booked on the very first Straight to It card as the main event, and it didn't go down. We all remember that, right? It enables me to just spin back and get shit like that done. Or even if there's something new that I want to get done. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm just able to say like, yo, this matchup right here, you know, will I be able to get it on a full event? Will I be able to fit it on a full event? You know what I'm saying? Do I want to wait for a full event, full pay-per-view to get this battle done? Maybe, maybe not. In the meantime, boom, let's do it. That's how we did this first wave of straight to it's. And there's more coming. There's more coming. You see Averb speaking about him versus Mickey Fax. That's part of this. That's part of this. The Mickey Fax RBE debut has been something. This is hilarious. That is a hilarious name. So you can block me in the chat, but talk about our company every block, coward. That's hilarious. No, don't block this channel, y'all. Let him ride unless he says something stupid. For my mods. But the Mickey Fax debut is something we've been waiting for years. For years, right? Because Mickey Fax has gone on the record how many times and said, my RBE debut is going to complete the triangle for me. I've been on URL. I've been on King of the Dot. I want to do RBE, and then I'm done. That's it. My last battle. I'm not in here, moving around at a pace like of a standard or a typical battle rapper. I'm not trying to do this year round. I'm not trying to have 50 battles or nothing like that. That's never been how Mickey moved. He's a big part of the culture, but he's not moving like a typical battle rapper. He wants to have his URL, his King of the Dot, his RBE battle, and he's done. So, excuse me. So this is Mickey Fax last battle coming up, and it's involved here on a straight to it. Why wait for, let's say, Max Out 4 or whatever, when I have this new concept, this new approach where we can get it done? Because y'all just want battles anyway. I don't really care whether it came from a Max Out, a Blue Room, a Lift His Soul, a Pearly Gates, a Validation, a street. Y'all don't really care. Y'all just want y'all battles. And now you don't even have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Now you get it and it's free. That's on me to work out. That's my problem. But for y'all, it's free. All right, right here on YouTube. Okay. So I want to go ahead and, like I said, give y'all the first look at this trailer. Let's rock out.
I have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed. You gotta be that. And that's why I never run or panic when I see thugs. Cause you don't panic when you see a man. You only panic when you see blood, nigga. I'm talking non-stop. 8 shots sound like a bomb pop. You get your baby mama and your mom shot, I stay with it on me. Nigga, I could be in Walmart. Baby hanging out the hand like Deshaun Wright. Nigga, I'll be on my fucking job.
Man, you getting a little money cause you rap good. Just don't act hood, cause I pocket check niggas like I'm Fat Shook. You claim rolling 20s, why that hood? What happened when I turn you to a pack and really be rolling 20s in a backwood? Real gang shit. Niggas I was putting on the flow. You was out here lying about portable stoves in your backpack and cooking on a go. I was off the porch, you was looking on a dough. Now I'm on a rooftop like a hitman holler prop. I'm out here putting on a show.
Okay. That shit, I only watched it once. This is my second time looking at that trailer. That shit hit mean. Ruin your day on the production. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna break some stuff down for y'all. I love it. I love it. I see all the comments in the chat, or the fires, or the fire emojis. Caution might know something about that. But that's our first time seeing what the end product looks like. Shout out to Caution. Members, fire. Rich James, fire. Sincerely, okay. Shout out to the bar god in the building with the fire. Danny, what up, boy? Incredible. Fire, fire. That was crazy. Ruin your day chant. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That shit was fire. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out, ruin your day. I'm gonna break some stuff down for y'all in a second. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right. So finally, it's fucking done. Arsenal versus Jag is done. Finally, the long awaited grudge match. Blood versus Crip, and a battle that we booked in 2022. We spun the block together. So shout out to Jag, shout out to all, shout out to Ruin Your Day, shout out to RBE. We spun the block. We got it done for y'all. Okay. And that trailer is crazy. Let's talk about the trailer for a second. Rooftop. Here's one thing about Straight to It. I'm gonna really listen. If people pick up on it and they want to, hey, we're gonna try that too, so be it. You know, there's nothing new under the sun. It's not what you do, but how it's done, right? Nas lost tape shit. Rooftop battles, man, dope. Avocado is a fan of that. But there's a major difference for this one right here. If you watch that trail and you watch that camera, it continually circled the battlers the whole time, 360. If you peep the end of the trailer, it said full circle. Full circle within itself is something that Ruin Your Day is going to start branding and promoting for themselves. Full circle. So I wouldn't be surprised if 6 months from now, the same way you see battle rappers say, I want to get a blue room battle, or I got a blue room battle. I wouldn't be surprised 6 months from now, maybe even shorter, if people start saying, I want a full circle battle. Okay. That's what that is. It's the evolving or revolving camera work with a ridiculous location added to the mix. The Straight to It series will heavily emphasize production. Heavily. When have we had that type of thought before? If you really remember, Social Distance. Social Distance was geared towards focusing on the production or the backdrop or the look of the footage, not just the rapping. The rapping is going to be the rapping. We've been watching these guys rap forever. We've watched Arsenal rap since he was a fucking child. You know what I'm saying? That's not going anywhere. It's still Arsenal. But now focusing on the production element and using the best production crew, Ruin Your Day, right? It's changing things. It's that social distance type of concept. If you remember, we were giving awards and all that type of shit, and extra bags and everything to people that we had to set up like a system, like a tournament. Street Hymns won one of those awards for the best presentation when he battled Sharon on Social Distance. Then because he won that and because he went in his Sharon battle like that, we rewarded him and gave him the Mook shit on the next Social Distance card. And we concentrated on the visuals. Even me in the intro, you see me sitting on the dyno bike, you know what I'm saying, in the yard and everything like that. And I had another piece where I was sitting up in the attic and all that type of shit. We focused, we that's what we promoted, focusing on the production. And for this this type of setup where nothing's for sale, there's no pay-per-view, there's no tickets, there's no VOD. We're not trying to sell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, Ruin Your Day gets unleashed. They get unleashed. Okay? Because it's a certain type of setup when we have to sell pay-per-view and we have to do all this extra stuff that's more catered to just the overall business. Okay? I'm teaching y'all something right now. Keep up. Right? If I go pick a venue where we're doing the Blue Room or Believe Music Hall, Ruin Your Day comes secondary and then fits into that and then figures out how to now set up the cameras, the patch into the pay-per-view, the wiring, all that type of shit, the audio, the sound system that's there. They work around the location. Now they're in the front. Now Ruin Your Day is in the front. Avocado, send me some locations. What you want to do? You want to do the abandoned school building? Let's do it. You want to do the alleyway with the fire-lit barrels behind you that you always been talking about? Let's do it. You want to do some shit in the mountains or whatever where fucking Lux and Hollow was practicing their rounds? Let's do it. Whatever. That's going to be so sick. You want to do it on a bridge, underneath a bridge. You want to do it on a rooftop. You want to do it in a staircase. Ill Will and Calico style. Let's do it. Now, the full circle thing that you see at the end of the trailer, like I said, Ruin Your Day is stamping that full circle. And I want to give a big shout out to my nigga Hitman Holla and Bags and Bodies. Because I feel like the first time that we really saw that, Ruin Your Day did that with Snake Eyes versus Bad News. And we all loved it as a culture. We said, yo, that's dope. That's dope. Why hasn't Avocado done that a million times? The difference is a lot of these let me really be 100% real at this point. Ruin Your Day isn't cheap. Okay, and really break down why you don't see that panning shit too often, or you only saw it once, like on Bags and Bodies. Ruin Your Day isn't cheap. They are the most expensive production in our culture, and rightfully so. They do the best job. They know battle rap the most out of all, as far as how to deliver it on camera and production wise. They're the best at what they do. Okay, they're not cheap. It's a team of these guys. As a matter of fact, rest in peace, Ben, while we're here. It's a team of these guys that deliver this high quality, highest quality audio, visuals, camera work, the equipment that they use. It's all top notch. It's all top notch. Because Ruin Your Day isn't cheap, there's tends to be only certain platforms that can work with them or go to them. Because you know what Ruin Your Day costs is you got to pay a top tier battler. I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm being real, being honest. All right. That's why a lot of people like, I'm gonna have little Johnny just put a camera on a tripod and figure it out. We stopped that. We said, nah, no more little Johnny put on a tripod and figuring out. We got battles on the channel where as you go to different cameras, they look different. The cameras look different. The coloring is different. The shooting style is different. You know, it's just we have a lot of old classics on the channel. If I go back and I look at the production quality, it's trash. I have people that from my old town, people I went to school with that I brought in early on to shoot. People like my homie Jay Science, not my homie, but people like my old homie Jay Science and my homie Dan. Some of them are on the fucking graphics closing out these battles that they help shoot. These are some of the homies that I grew up with, went to school with and shit. They're not top-notch shooters. Like, it's a difference between, you know, a cameraman and a man with a camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real shit. Yeah, I mean, like, even I shot a battle or two. I did the validation event that had the classic battle JC versus Craig Lamar. You don't see me hosting that battle because that front panning camera, I'm shooting it on a Canon 70D. It's the only event I ever shot for RBE, and I think I did a decent job. You know what I'm saying? But there's a difference. Ruin Your Day is a different level. That's why they don't cost $100. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing it for free, and they're supposed to get paid. And the whole point that I'm making around that, certain platforms that now will book the top-notch battlers, the top-notch matchups, the top-notch production, right? Those tend to be the platforms that do pay-per-view, right? Because you're balancing off these big budgets that you're putting out for. So when you got pay-per-view, you got wires running, you got all this type of stuff. You can't put down a dolly and a track and all that and do your full circular type of shooting like that. Can't do that at a fucking max out. Can't do that at a Lift Soul or whatever. Can't. But now when I go to Ruin Your Day and I say, this is what I'm on. This is an idea that I have. This is what I want to do. This is a new style of release that I want. This is how I want to get back and cross off some of these matchups. This is something I want to mix in right now. Right. And he's like, wait, we're not no pay-per-view. And I get to choose the location at times, or I get to pitch the locations that I really want to choose. And I get to set up my production or whatever thing. I'm getting back to that shit that I did with the fucking tracks on the floor. I'm getting back to that now. And I say, go ahead. And he stamps it full circle. So shout out to Ruin Your Day. Shout out to the first time we saw that on Bags and Bodies with Bad News versus Snake Eyes. Crazy. I think I would love for this series to get to the point where I'm seeing fans getting that Ruin Your Day and giving them ideas of what they want to see, the same way y'all come to League on this, the same way y'all come to me and be like, yo, we want to see XYZ versus XYZ. Go to Ruin Your Day and be like, yo, you know what would be dope? Shoot a swamp battle in a swamp. Like, I'm just saying some stupid shit. Go rent a fucking rooftop skyscraper or some shit like that. Go rent a luxurious apartment and shoot the shit in a luxurious Airbnb or some shit like that. Go shoot the shit on it. You know what I mean? Like all that shit becomes open now. All that becomes open now. All that becomes an option now. And that's what I love about us reintroducing Straight to It and putting this new concept and new philosophy behind it. And once again, it cost y'all nothing. Just like the max out battle. So of course they're going to drop to members first. So the members are always going to get that early access. You know what I mean? It might be up there for a week, might be up there for a week and a half, might be 2 weeks for the members. But as far as our YouTube following and subscription and the overall people that just go to YouTube primarily for their content, it's going to be there for y'all too. Y'all going to get y'all drops just like y'all normally would. So when the title says new RBE, that's what I mean. That's what we're talking about. It's basically the reintroduction of Straight to It and how it's going down. And I felt like explaining this is not just dope for our fans, not just dope for the culture. It's also dope for the battlers, right? Because I want the battlers to be in tune, because when y'all start calling me and saying like, yo, put me on one of those, you know, I want you to understand what you're getting into. You know what I mean? Like even the artist that just shot along with Jag and Arsenal, a lot of that is I have to explain what my vision is on this shit, and some of them can see it. And then when we deliver it, now people understand because now it's out there. But as I explain it and as people see it, people get more and more in tune. And then when you call ARP, like, yo, throw me on one of them full circle Straight to It joints, we all on the same page already. You know, fuck it, I'll do it again real quick.
I have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed. You gotta be that. And that's why I never run or panic when I see thugs. Cause you don't panic when you see a man. You only panic when you see blood, nigga. I'm talking non-stop. Every shot sound like a bomb pop. You get your baby mama and your mom shot, I stay with it on me. Nigga, I could be at Walmart. Baby hanging out the hand like the Shine Rock. Nigga, I'll be on my fucking job.
Man, you getting a little money cause you rap good. Just don't act hood, cause I pocket check niggas like I'm Fat Shook. You claim rolling 20s, why that hood? What happened when I turn you to a pack and really be rolling 20s in a backwood? Real gang shit. Niggas I was putting on the flow. You was out here lying about portable stoves in your backpack and cooking on a go. I was off the porch. You was looking on a dough. Now I'm on a rooftop like a hitman holla prop. I'm out here putting on a show.
Gotta add myself back. Duh. There we go. I was just like, yo, I almost forgot how to add. The difference is because when we had the RBE Geek Squad in the building and we was figuring out how to play YouTube shit before, this is different because now I shared a video. So I figure all this shit out. But now RBE Geek Squad, we up to speed. So yeah, I'm glad everybody's fucking with that. I really appreciate y'all. I see that need Jag and more cards. I still want to see Jag versus Active. Imagine Jag versus Active in that setup right there. I still want to see that. And there's a bunch of people I want to see Arsenal come back in that same setting too. But we working. I'm glad everybody's rocking with it. I see I'm watching the chat right now. Salute to y'all. And yeah, I just want to spend time and really explain and break down what the reintroduction of Straight to It is, what full circle is, the concept behind it, the idea behind it. And yeah, you guys, well, the members will, like I said, will get it first. The members will probably get Arsenal versus Jag day 2 days from now, something like that. It's gonna drop, and we're gonna continue to roll these out. So when you hear Averb talking about like, yeah, me and Mickey, full circle. Maybe that's gonna even make niggas go back and change some of their writing now. Like, oh wait, hold on. Now that I see this shit, I didn't know that that's what ARP was talking about. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and go back and change some of my fucking rounds now and talk about this full circle shit or whatever. And Battle is gonna be tapping in. Like, wait. You also explained that these locations are gonna be so crazy and the production is gonna be emphasized and all that, like social distance type shit. Is it gonna be rooftop? Maybe not. All right. All right, let's get off of that. I'll go to Norbes last. Joe Budden. I put Joe Budden in here. I was gonna jump on the channel the other day. I just didn't have time to talk about it. I saw the wild shit. I saw the clip of when Caesar's brother approached Joe Budden outside of it. Looked like he was at a lounge or something like that. Him and a lady hanging out one evening. Caesar's brother walks up on him. He's got his camera out. Hey, what's up, Joe? What's up, Joe Budden? All that play, that type of shit. Joe maturely walks, asks, stop filming me. Stop. Can you get that camera down? Whatever. And then maturely walks away. Maturely walks the fuck off and goes back inside the building, which was a great fucking move. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward, what was it, like Thursday or something like that? All these reports and videos started coming out because Joe Budden does a live with Queens Flip. And they're talking on live together about how the previous night somebody punched Joe Budden in the face at a spot, at a strip club or something like that. Now, those that really, really follow the channel and follow me over the years, y'all know my favorite rapper is arguably Joe Budden, right? That's one of my. There's times where I'll just be like, that's my favorite rapper. You know what I mean? And my shit be moving around at times, you know what I mean, over the course of the years. But Joe Budden has like always been one of the top guys that I listen to over the years. His rap skills are phenomenal. And the people that are in tune, when you go with like a Mood Music 4, this was like, I don't know why I got this one different or some shit. I guess this was like not the street version. Yeah, it's got the fold out and everything. So this one was probably on shelves. Probably put a barcode on that. I even got this one. This one is signed by Joe. The reason why this one is signed is because I went to one of his shows. I think it was at like BB King's or something like that in New York. And if you bought like the highest price ticket, just like Chappelle, I always try to buy the highest price tickets, anything I go to, as far as like concerts and shows and comedy shows and shit like that. But it came with a signed copy of the CD. It came with like a meet and greet and t-shirt. I didn't stick around to meet him or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Or we know each other now, but at least back then, I wasn't there to, oh, we can go backstage and meet. That ain't me. I was really just there for the show, But when you walk in, they gave you your ticket price worth, which was a signed copy. Mood Music 3, Stop Playing With Me. Stop Playing With Me. Anybody that ever talks about Joe Budden as a rapper, I always go to Dumb Out. Right? Part one, for better or for worse. This was what really turned me in his direction and said, like, yeah, I got to move him into my top 5. Very old school throwback. 5 mic series by DJ Jiggy J. I really, really do this mixtape and music shit. Like, my archives and my collection is stupid. I've showed y'all pieces of it over the years. But this CD right here, like this, just listening to how this motherfucker was rapping on his punchline ability and everything. And that was an earlier Joe. Fast forward, you got groups like Slaughterhouse. Like, how do you have a group that has Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz, Joe Budden, and Royce the Five? Immediately became one of my favorite groups of all time. The ability of that group was just the creativity, the artistry, the rapping level of a group like that put together. It don't make no fucking sense, and shout out to all those guys. It's like, at this point, I'm cool with all those guys. Shout out to Joe. Y'all see like Crook, he did like footage for us on a social distance intro. Joel did footage for us as well. Royce, I negotiated with Royce before to book Royce for a battle. Every once in a while, you hear me in interviews say like, people like, yo, what's a dream battle put together? I'd be like, Royce versus Daylight. It's not like a dream battle, like it can't happen. It's like really something that has been discussed behind the scenes. So shout out to those four guys, man. I wish they would have been able to keep it together. But that's a whole different story. Who cares? I'm just talking about why I follow Joe. Like I follow Joe on the music side. He doesn't rap anymore. Now I think he has one of the best podcasts out there. We cross lanes on a hip hop side. He respects me. I respect him. And I support him. I support his podcast. I support everything those guys do. All of them, to be honest, still to this day. I could text some of them right now. I mean, and when I see shit like this, it's like, and it could happen to the best of us. It could happen to anybody. But I look at shit like this and I just be like, I have this to blame. This is what it all comes down to. Now, granted, the Joe Budden podcast, and I love that team. Joe as the leader, you know what I'm saying? The top personality, the creator, the middle of everything. Queen's Flip adds an amazing dynamic to it. Ish is arguably the smartest person up there as far as like diversity. Melissa Ford, she adds that female dynamic, and you got Ice. Ice is a great addition. I love the team. I love the podcast. And what comes with media and what comes with podcasting will always be controversy. The highest views will always be controversial. The highest money will always be controversial. There's bloggers in battle rap. There's bloggers in battle rap that stick to like more so only controversy because that's where they do their views. Like there's also bloggers like that'll do like a recap and just be like, hey, the King of the Dot got a card coming up this Saturday. Those videos may not do as much views because they're not controversial, but certain people cover certain things for certain reasons. The Joe Budden podcast, the MEOs of the world, the Vlads of the world, people that do media, people that do interviews, people that do podcasting. Those are the topics that we as fans go to them for. Okay. Right now, I got Norbes in the title, right? When I look at my Twitter, by the looks of my Twitter, there's so many people that hear recent Norbes and URL news, and they immediately say, we want to know what ARP thinks. What does ARP know? What does ARP stand? What's ARP's reaction? We go to certain people for certain pieces of entertainment and content, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? I was very curious. What's Joe Budden going to say with all this DJ Envy news coming out? I was also curious, are we ever going to see what Fab says? Fab did a reaction to it. Somebody asked him. Yeah, I was just curious, just from a content entertainment standpoint, because you follow some of these people, you follow some of these outlets, you follow some of these shows, you follow some of this content, right? Whether you have a personal attachment to it or whether it's just your personal entertainment, right? Or your own entertainment. And on the Joe Budden podcast, not just Joe, the whole team, they're always going to say stuff that's going to rub people the wrong way. I can get up here right now and recap a card from like last week or whatever. And if I'm going to be completely honest with my recap, some people's going to be offended because I'm going to say this person was trash or this person wasn't good or this person, has been way better recently or whatever. And it affects people because the fans are connected to the media. They're connected to these podcasts. They're connected to these people that do criticism. So our feedback begins to hold weight. You want to know how it holds weight? The golden child, the biggest rapper in the world, Drake, feels the need to address Joe Budden when Joe Budden criticizes his album. Joe Budden goes on fucking MEO. And even Math asked him about it. Like, yo, what's up with your critique for Drake's last album? It matters. It's impactful. It can go as far as hurting people's money. When some bloggers in battle rap, for example, get on camera and they campaign against certain battlers. Don't book this battler because he keeps choking. Don't book this battle anymore, whatever. Those battle rappers are looking at that shit like, yo, I pay my bills like this. That blog is killing me. And they develop a hate towards that person then. This is all like human nature. This is just like course of reaction. This is the nature of the business. It's all coupled with the viewership. It's coupled with what drives the fans, the controversy, which is the most views, everything. And it puts people in these spots where it's just like, okay, it could happen to me. I could be up here talking about a controversial topic because I know people want to hear my opinion on it, or they may be entertained by my opinion or my perspective on it. Now, me giving that opinion or that take could be offending somebody. So that means what? I step out on the streets, I take my ass to Target, and somebody gonna punch me in the back of the head. That's the fucked up area. That's the fucked up area. Do certain media and certain bloggers at times go overboard? Absolutely. I know like our bloggers in battle rap, for example, I know them so well. I know their blogging styles. I know their topic styles. I can predict the type of things they're going to say. I see their tactics. I see their chess moves. I see all types of shit, right? I've learned our bloggers so well. And remember, I am a blogger. I'm blogging right now. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I can see he's putting a little extra sauce on that. Oh, he's saying that because he doesn't like them. Oh, that person violated this blogger, and now this blogger, every time you get an opportunity, they're gonna slide in the shot at him or whatever. I see it and I understand it and I get it. And it's part of it. It's like what comes with this shit. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, there's not a defined line of crossing out of entertainment because, like I said, people are getting hurt in the real world. Fuck up my album sales. Fuck up me getting booked for a show. You changed the perception of me. You got me out here looking like a hoe. You got me out here looking like I'm soft, like a sucker. All this type of shit comes with it. So there's always somebody that's feeling affected. So I feel like that is a big part of this shit. I go to the Joe Budden podcast to hear about all these type of scenarios and situations. All these celebrities, things going on with them. I'm entertained to hear what does Ish think about this shit. What's Joe going to say about DJ Envy? I'm entertained by it, right? This social media shit, though, and the clout and whatnot that comes from this. If you take this away, the crime in fucking Chicago drops. The drill scene drops. The need to be able to show people, hey, I'm driving past my ops hood. I'm going to dump a switch at their projects just for nothing because I'm on live right now. This is all true. I'm not making this up. This is all real shit. You go find it on YouTube. You take this away and that's gone. That's what that nigga Caesar did to Joe to me. You know what I'm saying? It was about the public perception. Now, am I removing the Joe Budden podcast? I'm pretty sure that he said things that make them feel like, think about it. Speaking on a legal situation, people could hate you for speaking on a legal situation. They could feel like, yo, you're endorsing me going to jail. You're saying I'm guilty. You're saying, yes, if I watch DJ Academics is like, oh no, lock them up. They did this, they did that. Now they're guilty. Let's be fair. On one side, you could really be saying like, nigga, innocent until proven guilty. I haven't even had my day in court yet. And I got platforms like DJ Academics or like, let's say a Vlad or an MEO or a Joe Budden podcast. Y'all are convicting me in the eyes of the public. That shit holds weight. Even me. If somebody gets on in a battle and says, yo, ARP did this, you see, I cut my camera on them. No, I got to defend that. Even though you're going to lose that in court because I got the facts and the evidence behind it. But there is court of public opinion sometimes that we all have to also combat. We fans, we don't understand the role that we play in how these people move. Sometimes even in which turns into violence. We take a lot, we own a lot of that, whether we know it or not. And we may not care because we may, you're the rich ones. You're the one that said it. It's your show. That's what comes with being a celebrity. That's probably the position that a lot of us take. You know what I'm saying? But we don't understand sometimes the pressure that we put on each other or we put on these other people and they end up in physical altercations. Or I'm pretty sure Caesar and his brother right now, I'm pretty sure they hate any podcast or any show or any blog or any interviewer that's speaking about them in a way that's basically convicting them, saying that, oh, you were running a Ponzi scheme. You robbed these people. If I did that, then I'm guilty, which means that I might go to jail now, right? So I would hate you saying that. And that's part of the shit. Now, am I saying that they don't deserve it? That's not what I'm fucking saying. That's not what I'm saying. And I don't even think it's been confirmed if all that shit is tied to when Joe gets, somebody punches him in the club the other day. But that's the line that I feel like is real, real fucked up and it's hard to navigate, even for me. Even for me. If you really follow me, I don't be advocating violence. I don't be advocating people to get hurt. I don't be advocating none of that shit. But if I get up here right now and I do a blog or an interview saying such and such album or such and such battle or such and such person did this, that one person or the people connected to him could be fucked up behind that. I see. Look at this. Oh, I thought you was talking. I put this up here because I thought you was talking about that other shit that I seen going around. You said full circle, talk about a battle. Nobody wants to see Remy and Easy battle. Cut it out. But even that, right? Since I just put that up there, I'll spend 10 seconds talking about that shit sarcastically. A little clip go around, people out and about, enjoying their day, doing whatever they do, catch a game or whatever the case may be. Look how social media, people blog on that, people, and you create a negativity around these people, and you don't even know what their situation is. Let's say this other person has been out the picture for over years, and these people over here moving on and living their life like anybody else could and should. But because there's no announcement of like, oh, me and this person aren't together, whatever, you force this negative cloud over these people. They just be out living their rightful life. I'm just out catching the game, doing my fucking thing, and look what you know what I'm saying? Now, even the element of fans going too far of the pressure that they put on people. Here was a beautiful one. Look at Gunna, right? Look at Gunna. Post this whole, what he did to catch his deal and the whole YSL trial and shit. Everybody and their mother, celebrities, everybody labeled him a snitch. Gunna, you a snitch. Snitch. Right? It's out. From my understanding, the album that he just dropped charted, went crazy. His tours, his sales, everything is amazing as if nothing ever happened. Right? That's my understanding from what I hear. Think about, did y'all see that clip when Gunna and his security is walking into somewhere and there's some regular person, some fan, and he's like, yo, they go Gunna right now, is snitch. Look at him. There you go, right there. Look at him. And then Gunna's security guard walks up to the guy and says, what? Say it again. What did you just say? Nigga shrivels up like, oh, no, I already said it. No, say it again. What did you just say? What was you saying when we was walking in on you? Say it again. Once again, the cloud of this fucking phone. Somebody that's not connected to Gunna, not connected to YSL, not connected to Young Thug, don't even live in Atlanta, nothing. Just following this shit on social media and takes a position. Not just takes a position from an entertainment standpoint, takes a position in real life with his actions. Sees Gunna out and about and decides to put up for y'all, the rest of y'all, a video of him saying, hey, everybody, look at the snitch. And almost got his ass fucking whooped for it. He wouldn't repeat it again when the security guard walked. Y'all saw that clip? I thought it was hilarious. I was like, good for you, fucking with people. Whether Gunna's a snitch or not, however you label him, what the fuck does that have to do with you fucking with him in real life? And if you feel that crazy, then put your phone down and go do something to him. If you got some real personal tie to what you classify as a snitch, put your phone down and go do something then. This is like the complexity of this shit. And this is like, y'all got me going off into these other tangents to keep painting the scenario and the picture of why it's like, it's fucked up. You know what I mean? And like me, like any blogger, like any media outlet, like any podcast, we have said things that have offended people. And Joe Budden, I was watching the show that they did after his altercation, and even the people closest to him, when you got Ish was like, if you really watch that shit closely, Ish was kind of like removing himself a little bit. If you watch it, he didn't want that to go out on camera. I could read it. I could read his body language. I could read the dynamic, because Joe Budden said, like, y'all suck my blah, 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 blah. He's holding himself down, right? And I got issues. Is like, yo, you invited that energy. Like, no, I'm not on that. I don't think you should do that. I care about you. I don't think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand that podcasters, interviewers, bloggers, we do say things that could affect somebody, piss somebody off, convict somebody before they're there in court, all types of shit, right? All types. You got people, imagine being Rihanna and getting on your fucking, your Instagram and reading comments back years ago, and motherfuckers all in your pictures talking about, you deserve to get your ass beat by Chris Brown or something. Imagine that. What? Imagine being what's her name, Meg, and all these people on your shit talking about like, yo, free Tory Lanez, you deserve whatever you got. Oh, just you know what I'm saying? This is what we do. This is what we use social media for. And I just wish that there was a clearer line of our entertainment and interviewing and podcasting, but there can't be when people in real life are being affected. So I see stuff like that, and it makes me think about just the bigger picture. And I hope that whatever is going on, the energies around Joe Budden and the Joe Budden podcast, I hope that just ends there. You know what I'm saying? Because people are getting affected, but at the same time, when you're in the public and you do shit, you're gonna open yourself up to public scrutiny. I try my best to avoid that shit too, because I know something happened with me in my real life or whatever. Y'all are all gonna take it, be all over social media with it. I'll be a topic, I'll be a title, I'll be all this. Nobody gonna give a fuck about how that impacts me in real life. But it sucks, man. It sucks. And a lot of people do that from the safety of never having to be in those shoes, because they will never go past being a consumer or a fan. When you actually are active in that space, a creator in that space, it opens up the fucking floodgates for the fans and all these other people to react towards you like that and bring certain energies your way, even if all you're doing is trying to create content. It's fucked up. But shout out to Joe. Shout out to the whole Joe Budden podcast. And hopefully that energy is dead and done. And shit could just continue to move forward. I don't know what else to say about that shit. All right. Norbes. Last topic. Norbes. There's a lot of blogs are going up. Talk, Twitter, phone calls, text messages, DMs. Big news for people, right? Or news for people, I should say. Y'all don't have to at me anymore. My whole thing of like saying anything related to Norbes or URL, post some of the stuff that has come out recently. I was telling myself, like, if and when I say something about this, I'm going to make sure that I show people who I am once again. Show people who I am. And I feel like because of the things that RBE has gone through and the shit that be like crystal clear, you know, as far as like the foul shit, right? People expect me to like marvel and revel in this shit. Come on the cam and celebrate and pop a bottle or blow up balloons and all this type of shit. That wouldn't be the real me though. That would not be the real ARP. Right? I have my issues just like the next man. But I've never been an advocate of fuck shit. I've never been an advocate of bad business. I've never been an advocate of people not getting what they deserve. I've never been an advocate of violence or drama. I'm not an advocate of these things. You know what I'm saying? Do I end up in these things? When you're in my shoes, shit. Deal with all these personalities and see if you don't end up in any fucking disagreements. Good luck. Right? It's impossible. It's impossible. It's the nature of this shit. It's the nature of people. People collide. They have disagreements and all type of shit. But you'd be surprised for every video where you see me addressing shit. Only if y'all knew how much shit I let slide. I could be a very, very extreme person. It's on my jacket. It's in my history. There's stories about me. I could be an extreme person. I'm not talking about in battle rap. I mean, like, but who really wants to live with this type of shit? And believe it or not, you know what I really take from this Norbes and URL? I guess I'll say settlement, right? I would say good for both sides. Good for both sides. Good for both parties. You know what would be dope? If both sides could really, really just leave it right there. If both sides, I'm curious to see if there's going to be any bragging or boasting coming from either side. If there's going to be any arrogance from either side, any ego from either side. that'll really show me. I mean, I be knowing people's personalities anyway, but it's a character thing. It's a character thing, man. Humility is an overused word, and people have a lack of it. Whether you're URL or Norbes, just show humility if you have it in you. It's like people go through shit, and when you go through big situations in life, if you don't walk away learning a lesson, if you come out of these situations acting the same, there's things that Norbes has learned about himself during this shit. There's things that hopefully these URL guys have learned about themselves during the course of this stuff. There's things that have happened during the course of this that have greatly affected URL and greatly affected Norbes. And if they had to do it all over again, neither one of them would say, let's do it. Neither one of them would try to be all tough and stick their chest out like, let's do it again. No. Both y'all losing sleep over this shit. Both y'all. Cut it out. Cut it out. At some point, the arrogance, the machismo, the fake, the perception, all the cameras is running, the smoke and mirrors. At some point, be real. Like, I could see through a lot of it, but at some point, at least be real with yourself. Nobody should say shit. I don't know what NDAs or whatever y'all got. Everybody should just leave it the fuck alone. Everybody should just shut up. Just leave it alone. Norbes, you go do what you're gonna do. URL, you continue to do whatever's in your plans and your roadmap, and leave it there. And leave it there. And it's funny too, because I, like many people, I do see the whole pro Norbes thing now. And there's going to be a side to a lot of people that sympathize with Norbes if you feel like, you were taken advantage of, whatever the case may be, or, you were kicked out the whip at a pinnacle time, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of people that's going to sympathize. But yeah, there is this whole, we were always in love pro Norbes. We always loved Norbes. No, y'all didn't. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Consistency is something that a lot of y'all don't have. I'm gonna show y'all a video clip of something I said in 2020 when it was first announced that there was a lawsuit that Norbes had put on URL. I'm gonna show y'all something.
I held about for years, and that's the culture being more professional and being held accountable to our business situations, whether it's a partnership, whether it's a contractual moment, like these battle rappers are contractors. Sign a contract, you stick to it. You're not an employee, you're not getting benefits and a salary and all of that shit. You're a contractor for that moment. And at the end of the day, when somebody's wrong and it affects you financially and you feel like you are really, really owed something, you should have it. And that's what I like about situations like this. Once again, I don't pray on anybody's downfall. I don't want to see anybody hurt or lose their houses or their companies or I'm not here for none of that. But I do want to see people get what they're supposed to have. I do. I 1000% do. God knows, I feel like that over the years. I want to see people get what they're supposed to have. And, battle rap has gotten so shady that even some of our leaders endorse, promote, and request bad business.
Yeah. That's 2020. 2020. Same person. That's my energy. That's what I'm on. I'm not the guy that's like, oh yeah, I want you to lose everything. I got enemies, so to speak. I don't get nothing out of you lost everything. You lost your house. You lost your life. You lost all types of shit. Well, yeah, I don't be that type of person. I really, really believe in karma. I really believe that the energy that you continue to put out it creates a certain space around you where it just ups the probability of things happening a certain way. For example, you take like a block that's moving and you stand on that corner It's 5 days a week. The probability of you getting your ass locked up or into some shit or hurt or stabbed or shot or killed or whatever the case may be, the probability is up. You know what I'm saying? If you happen to visit the block that you from, even if it's still moving once every 6 months, the probability of shit going down when you happen to be there passing through is low. It's no different than keeping away from certain people, keeping away from certain energies. You reduce the probability of you being involved or part of things going sideways, right? So I feel like the karma of just doing the right thing and doing right by people is what lowers the probability of fuck shit coming your way, right? And there is a big, we all hate URL thing this year, and it didn't just start this year, right? um I don't think it's just a fad. I think some of it is, I think a lot of it is self-induced. And sometimes you have to be willing to just humble yourself and say, let me just not put those type of energy out there. Let me not make these type of moves. Let me not do these type of things. And then everybody will fall right back in love with URL because they'll see that you don't have all these things around you, all these people, these stories and these incidents and these problems and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, because people follow suit. People follow, and I'm not nobody's PR agent, but and the same thing goes for Norbes. Norbes was somebody that was very disliked at a time. You know what I'm saying? Even Norbes himself, a couple weeks ago, I think he said some shit like, I never had this many people start calling and texting my phone, my new friends, my new cousins, all that shit. Whether people are looking for money opportunities, are you going to start a league, Norbes? You going to book me now? Oh shit, I dished you before. You might be another bridge for me now. Yo, Norbes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Norbes needs to keep his ass humble too. Everybody does. Because like I said, Norbes didn't want to have to go through this shit neither. Neither. That video I just put up was 2022. We in November in 2023. Who the fuck got time for that shit? You think Norbes would do all that shit again? Nah, he would have rather the shit never happened in the first place. All of them. They both sides publicly embarrassed at times, taking hits on their reputation, taking hits on their life, taking hits in their household. You don't think the owners of URL had moments where they fucking lash out, go crazy, maybe stressed out their wives or their girlfriends or whatever because they got to walk around that energy. Tomorrow I got to deal with this and all that. They want to just be focused on business too, don't you think? Same thing with Norbes. Think Norbes want to have to wake up next day and be on the phone with his lawyer all fucking day? That's the only takeaway that I have for y'all. I just hope that everybody involved learns and grows from the shit. It's not a small story in battle rap. It's part of battle rap's history. You know what I'm saying? And some of battle rap's biggest people are involved in it. Norbes is a major piece of battle rap history. So is Chico, Beasley, and Smack. All right? That makes this a big moment in battle rap as far as like these dealings, these partnerships, these outcomes, these courts, these all of this type of shit. It makes it significant as you go across the time. You write a book, this is going to be in the book about battle rap. The last 15 years of battle rap. This will be in the book. You know what I'm saying? So when things that are this significant happen, it's really easy for us to or you this or you that or blah blah this blah blah blah. It's important to a nigga like me. Motherfuckers grow, learn, and fucking become better people behind the shit. Both sides. That's what's important. That's what's important. Because you want to know what? As much as y'all act like y'all want to go get behind Norbes now on social media or get behind or still be ride or die URL for life or whatever, I bet you if those two people get together and they orchestrate some shit where they walk out on stage and shake hands together, all y'all gonna fall in line. All y'all. Right? So let's be mature about it. That's the only thing I want to say about this shit. And I ain't gonna speak about this shit no more unless I feel like I need to. But y'all can stop at me now about Norbes and URL. All right. That's my position on the shit. Hopefully it was one of maturity that if you didn't expect it from me, then you are reminded of how this guy carries himself. I'm cool. All right. Hour 25 minutes. I want to shout out everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to everybody that came and rocked out this morning. Like I said, within the next day or so, the members will probably get Arsenal versus Jag. And after this live ends, I'll set the trailer on public on the channel for y'all, to anybody that missed it. And yo, I appreciate y'all. We had some fun on this particular live. Talked about a couple things. Go get your Chappelle tickets. He's still on tour. You might end up getting Kevin Hart, Donna Rollins, and T.I. and all that shit as a part of your ticket, whether you knew it or not. What am I back for? Maybe I'll come back again after the Arsenal and Jag drops. I don't know. Worst case, I won't let it, at least I'll try to make sure I make it back within the next 7 days. Some other stuff that I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get to in one live, but I got y'all. I appreciate y'all. We will also continue to roll out the intake battle. So, support the up and comers. Let us know your feedback on them. Who needs to keep moving and graduating through Winged and Lawrence's process. Other than that, RBE shit, brick by brick. It's your boy. I'll be back in a second, y'all. All right.